Shalom, welcome back to Favorite Footsteps. First off, let me give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to all the brothers and sisters in the truth and steady coming in. Shalom. This is basically gonna be a quick hit, just basically going over the wedding and just a little quick hit on being ready for this wedding, because if you're not ready when Yahushua come back, you're gonna get caught outside, man. So let me read Matthew's the 25th chapter, and I'm probably gonna read all the way down to to the 13th verse. And it reads, Matthew 25:1, Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins. So these 10 virgins are representations of prophets these days. Now, it say which took the lamps, and the lamps represent the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and went forth to meet the bridegroom, and the bridegroom is Yahushua. And it say, and 5 of them was wise. So 5 of these prophets, 5 of these wise men was wise, and the other was fool, and 5 were foolish. So it's just like today. You have Great Millstone. You have you have the top heads that are considered the wise men, and then you have these other camps that teach in the name of Jesus, which would be considered foolish men. Verse 3 say, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. So these foolish men, they all took lamps. They all took the wisdom, not to understand that they had, but they lacked in the supplements of oil, which means they lacked that true wisdom, not to understanding. They only had basics. They didn't have the full truth, the full 100% truth. They only had pieces. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, and they took oil in their vessels, which basically represents is like going back to the second covenant. When Yahushua come back and the ones that are found to be glorified by Yahweh Shema, they will be put up on a different pedestal, like immortality, the law, statutes, commandments being in inner parts. That's a part of the new covenant. The new covenant. That in this time right here, these prophets, they had the ones that took the oil with them, they had the law, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in their inner parts. So they was ready. It say while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. So while Yahushua is waiting on the bridegrooms, they all was just in the motion of getting ready and getting themselves prepared. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. So when hearing that Yahushua is on the way, they all jump up like, yeah, man, we finna get ready to go. Like, yeah, everybody excited. So they started trimming their lamps. They started going into their knowledge more and more, like increasing it. And it say, and the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. And it's impossible to give someone of your oil, because because this is freely this wisdom, knowledge, understanding is free. And the only way you can buy into it is within time. You have to give your time for this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, which is something that you can't get back. So these other, so all these versions, they arose and they trimmed their lights, and the foolish, because they didn't get equally yoked, because they didn't get the 100% wisdom, knowledge, understanding. They lamps went out. Verse 9 say, but the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. So they had to require more. They had to require more wisdom to understand. So they had to go back and learn. And by the time they got back, it say, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. So these these 5 wise men was already ready to go to the marriage. They was already ready to be bid to the marriage. And these 5 foolish men, they played around so much and played around, and when it was time for Yahushua to come, they wasn't ready. And they that were ready went with him to the marriage. And that's the point, man. We got to be more ready and got to be more patient for when Yahushua come. Because when he come, for those the ones that are outside of this circle will be left out. And the door was shut. And the door is going to be closed, man, because the Most High is already showing mercy. The Most High is already giving grace. A grace period, and people just, you just being rebel based. You don't want the Most High's grace. You don't want the Most High to stretch his arm out to you. Afterward came also the virgin saying, Lord, Lord, open up to us. And it's just like during the time of Noah, when Noah was out there prophesying 120 years and telling us that it was going to flood, and nobody took heed to that. And then when the times came, when the water started sprouting up out the ground and started coming from the sky, people looking like, what's going on? And Noah, the only one that is in this ark, and the ark is shut, and nobody can get in. Everybody started panicking. So it's just like today. And this is what Yahushua is going to tell you guys that are not in this thing, man, that are not in this circle, that is against Yahushua. This is what Yahushua gonna tell you guys that are not in the marriage. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour where the Son of Man cometh. And that's true. So, Lord willing, you was edified, man. Just gotta be more patient. Gotta be more focused on the times to come, and gotta be understanding, man. When things hit the fan, man. So until then, till next lesson, shalom.